Marcel's is like not having it. He's like so up my ass right now, and I need an eyelash fill so bad. Wow.
You're getting so pretty.
Thank you, sweetie. Hey y'all, so I have 15 minutes to get ready. I'm going out to eat with my mom and dad, so that should be really fucking interesting. I'm gonna finesse this. My outfit's super cute. Kind of looks like I'm going out in jammies. Kind of looks like I'm going on a thought date. I don't really know. It's a weird vibe, but it's a vibe I'm totally down to get with. Someone suggested that I talk about the worst hookup I've ever had. And I was like, sweet. I just got this new beauty blender from Real Techniques, and I'm gonna use it. And then I got another one that's just for highlight and blush, which I love. And I sat there and thought about it, and since I've only hooked up with 6 people, I can name 2 hookups that were absolutely, positively the worst things on the face of the planet. So while I do this video, I'm gonna be talking about it. So again, I'm going to mix my foundations with my MAC Strobe Light Cream. I look kind of crazy, but whatever. So my first horrible hookup, it was, if you watched the 25 Facts About Me video, y'all know what I'm about to say, but if you're new to my channel, I had a one-night stand, basically. Hooked up with someone once. This feels really rough today, Jesus. Hooked up with someone once. Ow, I don't know if I like this. Hooked up with this one person once, so this is how it went. I was in my first relationship for so long, and I held out for 2 years, didn't have sex for 2 years. So I ended up getting a job in a club, okay? I thought it was on and poppin'. I was like meeting people that were from the area that I've never fucking seen before. I thought it was cool. This dude is not my type at all. Like, at the fuck all. He's shorter than me. Like, we'll just call him Little Leprechaun. So, for some reason, he caught my attention because he was being nice to me. Pathetic, I know. At this point, I was my ex-best guy friend, which I don't even feel like mentioning his name because he's not even worth it, but y'all know. My only guy friend, who was my best guy friend, was cool with him. And he kept advising me against it. He was like, don't do this. I'm telling you, don't do this, blah, 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 blah. And I didn't listen to him, obviously. I ended up hanging out with this dude all the time, and then I ended up becoming friends with like his cousins and shit. And when I say cousins, I mean girl cousins. So this motherfucker knew I was working in the club and I was making money. Like, when I say making money, I'm not exaggerating, I was making money. I remember this one time he had asked me before we even hooked up. He's like, yo, he hit me up on Facebook and he's like, my bad, I haven't hit you up in like 2 days because my phone got disconnected and I don't have the $100. I don't have the $100 to put it back on. And my dumb fucking ass was like, oh my god, well, I mean, do you need it? Do you want me to loan it to you? Because I was making so much money that $100 to me was like, I got that. So he was like, are you serious? Yeah. So what's his face? My ex-best friend had hit me up and was like, you're so fucking dumb. He told everybody he knew you'd give it to him. He doesn't fucking like you like that. Listen to me when I say don't fuck with this dude. And for some reason, like, after he said that and after I'd given the money, I felt like hella fucking dumb. So I like kind of stopped hanging out with dude or like really talking to him. And then one drunken night, my ex-best friend took me to a party and I didn't like it. So I had hit up my other girlfriend and I was like, hey, can you, by the way, I'm using Born This Way Too Faced Concealer per usual. I don't know why I say per usual, like I just got it. Fuck Kenny. I had hit up my homegirl, I'm like, hey, can you come to this address and pick me up? Because I knew my ex-best friend really wanted to stay there and chill. He was having a good time. So I didn't want him to have to leave because I didn't want to be there. So my girl ended up picking me up, and then my friend got mad at me. And he's like, are you fucking serious? I would have brought you home. Why don't you want to be here? And I'm like, it's just not my scene. I don't want to be here. So my friend went to this like restaurant, open late night kind of restaurants. This dude was there. Little leprechaun was there. We'll name him Lucky Charm. Lucky Charm was there. He was clearly drunk, like drunk as fuck. What's your deal? He was all over me. It was the first time he's actually all over me. So I'm like, maybe he does like me. Maybe my friend's wrong, like whatever. Or maybe he was into me because I gave him $100, so now he's like, yo, I know she's gonna be like my sugar mama. Who knows? I don't really care to know. My girl was like, you want to leave? Because we ate. We like knew some dudes there and they like fed us. We ate like a shit ton of food. And then when we're leaving, old boy was like, where are you going? I was like, I'm going home. He's like, you guys give me a ride. So my homegirl was like, yeah, I'll give you a ride, because she was driving. I wasn't. No drinking and driving, folks. He gets in the car and homegirl, she kept throwing me signs like, you gonna, you know, like, girl, you gonna get with him? And I was not catching none of those signs. So she pulls onto my street and I look at her, I'm like, why are you dropping me off first? You be dropping dude off first. So she's like, no, go inside and chill with him. And I'm like, I don't want to chill with him. The fuck? So I was like, you know what, fuck it. So I told his drunk ass to come inside. So we come inside and we're on my bed, whatever. He's like all into me. So I'm like so horny at this point because I haven't had sex in so long that I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fucking do it. He like gets himself ready, and then I'm not kidding, guys. Like, Wilda always cracks up because every time I'm talking to people about my sex life, I like don't want to count him. I like try to leave him out. And she's like, you have to count him still because you still had sex. So he like gets himself ready. And for a little dude, he had a big old dick. The biggest dick I ever saw was my first boyfriend. His dick was fucking literally a horse's dick. Literally a horse's fucking dick. But this dude came into a close second. And he was tiny, tiny. I'm like, fuck it. Okay, I'm ready. I was like super nervous. I hadn't done it in so long. But I'm like, fuck it. I'm ready. I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to put my big girl panties on and just fucking do it. He sticks his effing dick in. And I'm like, oh. Like the first 5 seconds, I knew. I was like, this is going to be some good sex. Like, this is going to be lit. All of a sudden, he pushes me off and goes to the bathroom. So I'm like, wait a minute. Did he just...
No. No, he didn't.
There's no fucking way. It's been 30... Literally, I'm not joking when I say it's 30 seconds. So I'm like, there's no fucking way. There's just no fucking way. It's not possible. So he's in the bathroom, and I go in to the bathroom, and I'm like... And he's taking a piss. And I go, did you just... And he's like... Yeah. And I'm like, really? So all of a sudden my mom comes down the stairs and I'm like panicking. I'm like, oh my God, I have some dude in the house. Oh my God, what the fuck, what the fuck? So I tell old boy, I'm like, you got to go. Like, you got to get the fuck out of here. Like, don't say shit. My mom's right there. I have to sneak you out of here. So my mom's like, what are you doing in the bathroom? Let me in. How was your night? Like talking to me because she knew I went out. And I'm like, no, mom, I don't feel good. I was like making up like a bunch of shit. I'm like, no, mom, I don't feel good. Like, I'll see you in the morning. So she was like downstairs dilly-dallying. And I'm like, this can't be fucking happening. I'm like, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way this is happening right now. But it was. So after like 35 minutes, I literally left him upstairs. And I was like upstairs with my mom. I mean, downstairs with my mom talking. So he was like chilling in my room. And I was like, oh my fucking God, I can't believe this is happening. She goes upstairs, and when she goes upstairs, I literally sneak him out the front door, drive him home, and then the whole car ride home, I thought to myself,
you are complete and utter fucking trash.
And I won't sit here and tell you I wasn't into dude afterwards, because I was. It was the first dude I had hooked up with in 2 years. And to me, I thought maybe he was drunk. I don't know, but maybe it could be good. So like, to me, it was like kind of like a mission after that. But the mission failed. Nothing happened. We never hooked up again. So that was probably one of my bad hookups, but my second hookup that, oh my god, I'm like almost embarrassed to say this, but since I'm so open with y'all, I'm gonna just keep it a buck. So I hooked up with this dude, one of the 6 guys I hooked up with. I won't say who. Like, I'm not gonna give him no buns because I don't give a fuck. So I don't give him any buns. But we're so into each other, we're so attracted to each other that like we're sucking face, making out, dry humping, like some high school bullshit, you know? Which I love, by the way. That high school bullshit, that foreplay, that fucking dry humping shit, I'm like so into it. Don't threaten me with a good time. We're like dry humping, whatever. And before we started getting into all that shit, he was talking about his fingernails. And he's like, yeah, I get manicures and pedicures all the time. Which I respect. I commend a dude that's into self-hygiene, taking care of himself, whatever. So he's like, yeah, I get manicures and pedicures all the time. I told him, I was like, your fingernails are too long. Like, when's the last time you got a manicure? And he's like, I just got one. I'm like, no, honey. These fingernails won't get anywhere near my pussy. This is too fucking long. I have flat out said that. Because they were like, you know, like a little too long that when you touched it, you could hear it go, you know? So I was like, these are too long. So he's like, nah, like I like my nails like this. I don't like little nubbies, because he doesn't have the biggest hands, you know? So I was like, that's fine. You don't have to have nubs, but you ain't gotta have like extra nails. So if you're in there, you could potentially cut a bitch. Fuck. Fast forward an hour and a half and we're fucking intensely making out, dry humping each other. And I'm like, oh, this is like so exciting because I feel like I'm in high school again. And he's like groping me and he goes behind and he sticks a finger at my vagina. Whatever, it didn't hurt. To my surprise, those long fingernails didn't hurt. I was like, this kind of feels good. So I'm like letting him do his thing, whatever. So he picks me up, literally bodies me, and brings me into the room. And we're just like intensely like groping each other. Keep in mind, I like purposely didn't wax my vagina, didn't do anything to get myself ready for that night because I didn't want to hook up with him. I was like, I don't want to hook up with him, so I'm gonna purposely not get my shit ready because it will prevent me from hooking up with him. I had a bodysuit on and he ended up ripping it all the way down so like my titties were out. And I was like, I didn't shave. I kept yelling, I didn't shave. And he's like, I don't give a fuck. Motherfuckers usually don't anyway. I don't know why I thought that would matter, to be honest. That given moment, I was like, you know what, fuck it. I don't give a fuck either. He don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. So this person goes down on me, hairy bush and all that. But when he goes down on me, he's like fingering me at the same time, but she didn't need to do all that. I don't need a motherfucker to do all that. Like, if you can work your mouth, you don't need your fingers.
Facts.
He goes down on me and he's like going super hard. Like, he must have been so into it. He stopped what he was doing and he was looking for a condom. And I was like, no, what are you doing? I'm not sleeping with you. Like, I don't give 2 fucks. I'm not sleeping with you. He's like, it doesn't matter, the condom box is empty. Which was like, really? Like, really, hoe biscuit? So you a ho-ho. That's fine. I was like, whatever. Do you, playboy? So he goes back down on me and he fingers me some more. And I'm like, this shit hurts so fucking bad. So I'm like, ow, ow, ow. So he stops, I kind of like push his body back. And he's like, yo, I think you got your period. Mind you, my period just ended. So I said, no, I didn't get my period. Your fingernails cut me. So he's like, no way. I'm like, I told you them shits are too fucking long. So then my pussy felt fine. Like, it hurt while he was doing it. When I got up, no issues. I was like, watch me get a fucking yeast infection because that shit was fucking rough. If you guys fuck with me, you guys know I go long periods of time without hooking up with anybody, so this shit is normal for me. That, I mean, obviously not hurting is not normal, but honestly I have a very sensitive cervix, so I bleed during sex, like it's normal for me. It's not like something that is not normal. If I'm not doing it all the time, I'm gonna be bleeding. Because my cervix became super sensitive after having a baby. 2 days after we hooked up, I'm at the hospital. Okay, I'm at the hospital and I'm like working and I feel uncomfortable. Not like yeast infection uncomfortable, but uncomfortable, like my shit felt like fucking swollen. So I'm like, this is not normal. So I'm like texting my mom and I'm like, yo, my pussy hurts, mama.
My pussy hurts, mama.
And she's like, re-fucking-lax. Because everyone knows I like over-exaggerate shit. When I'm over-exaggerating shit, I'm usually fucking right. So I'm like, mommy, this shit hurts, blah, 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 blah. So I get home from work at 3:30. I go to the bathroom and my shit is swole up. I already have a fat vagina, if y'all didn't know that. I have a fat vagina. So picture a fat vagina on steroids. That's what it was like. So I was like, yo, this shit's not normal. So I texted my mom, I'm like, you need to get a ride home. Marcel's can stay at school at 6. I'm going to my doctor. And she was like, you're being dramatic. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I'm not being dramatic. I know my pussy. I know my body. I'm not being dramatic. Something's off. So she's like, whatever, Gabrielle. And I'm like, whatever, mom. Be mad. I'm going to go take care of my health because health is important. So I'm like, yo, this can't be an STD. There's no way. He just ate me out. Like, what the fuck? So I'm like freaking out. Freaking the fuck out. And I go to the doctor, and my doctor wasn't there, so I had another doctor, and by the grace of God, she was an OBGYN. So I'm like, look at God's plan. So I pull my pants down. I'm waiting for her to come in, and my shit is like so swollen at this point. So she comes in, she looks at my vagina and she goes,
Oh my god.
She's, oh my god, what did you do this weekend? And I said, I just got finger popped. I got finger popped. I got finger popped this weekend and he might have ate me out. And she's like, all right, well, I'm gonna give you a full-blown STD check and I'm gonna go in there to see if there's any breakouts of any sort. And I'm like hyperventilating at this point because y'all know I'm a fucking
spaz.
So I'm like, oh my god, she's gonna go in there, she's gonna tell me some shit. He probably had some shit on his lips and I'm a fucking stupid bitch. So I'm like freaking out. So she goes into my pussy with the light, she swabs it, she's fucking examining it, and I'm like holding my breath the whole time. So she's like, you don't have an STD. I'm gonna run it for gonorrhea and shit like that and chlamydia. But she's like, you don't have herpes or any type of outbreak, nothing of the sort. She's like, it looks like he cut you on the side of your wall. You have an infection. And I'm gonna put you on an antibiotic for 10 days and you should be good. And the swelling should go down after 24 hours. And I was like, okay, fine. Feeling hella embarrassed, I left. Went and picked up the antibiotic. I told my mom and she was like pissing her fucking pants. And she's like, well, at least you went. I was like, yeah, because I'm always fucking right about my fucking body. I'm never wrong. So she's like, let's go get the antibiotic. So we went to pick up the antibiotic. I started it. And literally within 24 hours, my pussy was back to normal. Legit back to fucking normal. I took the antibiotic for 10 days. But that shit was a fucking joke. All that for a hookup. Like, are you joking? So that, my friend, was my worst hookup ever. My worst hookup ever. Because I really thought I was fucked there for a second. I was like, yo, I'm seriously fucked. But I ended up being fine, so I guess that's what matters the most. I want to know you guys' worst hookups because I'm not going to be here feeling bad about myself alone. So you guys better drop in the comment section your worst hookup ever, because we've all been there. We've all had scares, hookups that were like, we're not counting it, but we have to because something inserted into our vagina, so we have to count it. So I'm going to need y'all to drop your worst hookup ever because I'm not going to be alone here. And this is the final look. Snatched, literally snatched for a family dinner. I feel pretty. And with that being said, bye.